Chosen one, pause for a moment and take this in before you move forward with your day. Something real and intentional is happening for you right now. This is not an ordinary day or just another date passing on the calendar. There is a sense that something higher has marked this moment especially for you, as if the universe itself is leaning in and saying this is your time. If you turn inward, you can feel it. There is a quiet but powerful shift taking place, a movement in your spirit that asks to be acknowledged. The atmosphere around you feels heavier with meaning, filled with purpose even if you cannot fully explain it yet. What is unfolding does not need your full understanding to be real. The pause you are experiencing is not symbolic or imaginary. It is personal, intentional, and rare, the kind of moment where preparation meets destiny and timing finally aligns. Take a breath and step out of the constant rush of daily life. Let yourself be still long enough to absorb the weight of what is happening. You are not being summoned out of duty but invited to receive something that has been carefully arranged for you. This moment is a deliberate pause, a calm before the release of what has been building. Everything is moving with precision, like a lock turning only when the door is truly ready to open. Favor is gathering momentum. Purpose is finding its place. Your presence here is not random or accidental. Quiet your thoughts and open your heart, because what follows is not meant for everyone. It is meant for you, someone shaped through unseen seasons and refined in silence. This is a turning point, a crossing into a life where the divine becomes woven into your everyday experience. You are not here simply to watch but to take part, to actively align yourself with what is unfolding. Your words, your intentions, and your engagement carry energy. When you share your wishes and write the number 777, you are not just typing characters on a screen. You are expressing readiness and signaling that you are awake to your own path. That action becomes a moment of activation rather than obligation. Even your simple interactions are about alignment, about choosing to move with the current of what is meant for you. Moments like this are never random. Long before you recognized it, this encounter was being prepared. Every inner nudge, every quiet intuition, every dream that once seemed insignificant was part of a larger design. What once felt like coincidence was actually careful alignment, a process of shaping and positioning you for now. Invisible guidance has been at work, leading you through uncertainty, delay, and doubt, not as punishment but as preparation. Those earlier seasons were necessary ground where this moment could grow. Now readiness and opportunity meet, and what was once invisible begins to take form. The opening before you is a sign that what has been prepared is finally accessible. Trust that your arrival here was inevitable and written long before you became aware of it. You were not chosen by chance or comparison. You were chosen because only you can carry what has been placed within you. There is no replacement for your path, no duplicate of your calling. Let go of comparison and outside judgment, because misunderstanding from others has never defined your worth. Your identity holds meaning that goes beyond surface perception. What you carry is deeper than talent or ambition. It is purpose woven into who you are. The measure has never been popularity or approval but alignment and faithfulness, and you meet that measure fully. Do not second-guess it or shrink away from it. Your path stands on its own, and the favor surrounding it is unique. Nothing that has happened before now has disqualified you. What was delayed was never denied. What seemed silent was being preserved. Your prayers and hopes were gathered carefully, held until the moment you were able to receive them fully. The release that begins now is intentional, measured, and designed specifically for you. What opens is not meant to overwhelm but to fill you completely. Feel the shift and trust it. What was once held back for your protection is now moving forward to meet your capacity. The opening is real, unmistakable, and aligned with who you have become. What you have been waiting for is arriving exactly as it was formed beyond what you could see, and it will arrive with a level of precision that only divine timing could achieve. You are stepping into a season where what was once held in reserve begins to pour out, where long-held desires turn into lived reality, and where patience finally takes on a tangible form. Allow yourself to stand fully present in this moment and receive it without hesitation. The opening comes only when the timing is perfect, and this moment has been set aside for you. Before now, your path was quiet and largely unseen. You carried weight that few ever noticed and walked through extended seasons of silence where progress felt hidden. You continued even when recognition never came, enduring nights that felt lonely and heavy. None of that was wasted. Every tear, every overlooked effort, every unseen sacrifice served a purpose. What mattered was not noise or attention, but the steadiness of your heart. The opening comes for those who kept going anyway, for those who refused to surrender to hopelessness, for those who held on to belief even when belief felt fragile. Your endurance became your qualification. The pressure refined you, strengthened you, and aligned you with what you were meant to carry. You chose not to quit when it would have been easier to walk away. You protected your vision rather than trading it for comfort or approval. That persistence is now being acknowledged. The heaviness you bore and the invisibility you felt were never ignored. They were part of the unseen work that positioned you to receive what others only imagine. The opening responds not to impatience but to steadiness, not to ease but to commitment. Today, what you nurtured in darkness begins to meet visible light. Now prepare yourself for movement. This opening is not symbolic. It carries momentum, and with that momentum comes acceleration. Time itself begins to shift. What once required years will unfold far more quickly. What once moved slowly now advances with clarity and speed. This is not rushed energy or forced effort. It is divine movement that appears sudden to the world but arrives exactly on schedule. Opportunities, answers, and support begin to move toward you effortlessly. There is no need to chase or strain. What comes now flows from alignment, not exhaustion. The atmosphere around you is shifting from waiting to motion, from stagnation to flow. Doors open naturally because your readiness has met perfect timing. Others may be surprised by how quickly things change, but you will know this is neither chance nor luck. It is the natural result of careful preparation and faithful endurance. This acceleration honors your patience and confirms your alignment. Time bends in your favor, and once this movement begins, nothing can reverse it. What is arriving is made specifically for you. It carries your name, your capacity, and the longings of your soul. It is not borrowed, duplicated, or misplaced. What felt like delay was never rejection. It was protection, ensuring that what reached you would arrive when you were able to receive it fully. What unfolds now matches your calling and supports your growth without compromise or fear. Nothing and no one can take it from you. Comparison has no power over it. Your blessing is uniquely tuned to who you are and cannot be replicated. Receive it with gratitude, because it reflects how deeply you are known, how carefully your path was prepared, and how intentionally each step was timed. This is what was meant for you, a clear confirmation that you are seen, understood, and favored. Take a moment and notice the change. Something around you is shifting. You may not see it fully yet, but you can feel it. The pressure eases, clarity sharpens, and the weight you carried for so long begins to lift. Circumstances and connections subtly adjust, moving into alignment with your purpose. This is not something you force into existence. It is something you recognize, a quiet confirmation that your perseverance has been answered. The atmosphere around you begins to match the growth that has already taken place within you. What once felt heavy now feels lighter. What once felt confusing now feels precise. Your intuition becomes clearer, your insight deeper, and the space around you adjusts to reflect the elevation you have already reached inside. This is a clear sign for you, a quiet yet powerful confirmation that what has opened is not momentary or fragile. The shift you are sensing is real, woven into the atmosphere around you, and it cannot be reversed. You recognize it because you have been shaped to notice these changes. Your awareness is part of the preparation. Allow yourself to accept it fully, to feel it settle within you, and to move in harmony with this new alignment. It will begin to guide your steps with greater clarity, confidence, and strength as you move toward what you are meant to do. What is unfolding in your life is not meant to stay contained or isolated. It is meant to move through you. You are not meant to hold it tightly but to let it flow. What enters your life will naturally extend beyond you, touching others through your presence, your voice, your choices, and even the quiet energy you carry. This is the nature of true favor. It lifts more than one life. Growth is not selfish. It expands outward. As you receive, you are also invited to share, allowing what has been placed in you to shine outward. Comfort, healing, and inspiration move through you without effort. You are being positioned not only to benefit but to become a channel through which something greater reaches others. Your rise has intention behind it, and with that rise comes responsibility rather than ego. What reaches you is meant to increase as it moves through you. As it does, your life becomes living proof that something higher is at work. The overflow you experience is evidence that favor multiplies and extends far beyond what you can see right now. Be ready to welcome what comes and be equally ready to pass it forward, because you are entering a rhythm where abundance and purpose move together. What has opened for you is not a small opening or a temporary break. It is a gateway, and it cannot be closed. Old mistakes, lingering doubts, fears, and past delays no longer have control over where you are going. What carries you forward now is grace rather than force. What is unfolding cannot be taken back, postponed, or weakened by circumstances. The release has been authorized, and its permanence is assured. The flow toward your life continues without obstruction. This lasting shift is confirmation that what belongs to you is secure and that what was once held in reserve is now active. You are no longer limited by timing defined by the world around you. The timing that governs your life now works in your favor. What once felt uncertain has become stable and irreversible. This elevation is not temporary. It is grounded, supported, and aligned with your purpose. Nothing outside of you can undo what has already been set in motion. And finally, understand this deeply. Alignment changes everything. The strain, resistance, and exhaustion that once defined your efforts begin to dissolve. In their place come ease, cooperation, and flow. Answers arrive naturally. Opportunities open without force. What once required struggle now unfolds with grace. Opportunities begin to move toward you without pressure or force. Life starts working with you instead of against you because you have stepped into harmony with your purpose and the timing meant for you. The constant sense of struggle fades as your way of moving through life shifts from striving to receiving. Challenges still appear, but you meet them with calm, clarity, and confidence. What once required intense effort now unfolds with surprising simplicity, not because the world has suddenly changed, but because you have. Your energy has shifted. You are no longer pushing against life. You are moving in rhythm with it. This ease is not passivity or avoidance. It is the natural result of being aligned. When alignment is present, exhaustion gives way to flow. Let this truth settle deeply within you. Favor grows where alignment lives. Alignment is your key, and the opening you are experiencing confirms it. Hear this clearly. What is coming to you does not demand perfection. You were never required to be flawless or free from mistakes to qualify. What mattered was your persistence, the alignment of your heart, and your willingness to remain faithful even when the path felt uncertain. Your imperfections never disqualified you. In fact, what is arriving now honors the quiet strength it took to keep going, the unseen endurance you carried, and the trust you held onto even when everything felt unfinished. Favor responds to faith rather than performance. It recognizes commitment over appearance and heart alignment over circumstance. The moments when you felt unready, unsure, or undeserving did not block what was meant for you. Readiness is not about perfection. It is about the condition of the heart. The opening happens now not because you lived without error, but because you stayed true. Your spirit remained steady and your purpose was never abandoned. What arrives will do so fully and abundantly, reflecting a standard that goes far beyond human measurement. Understand this as well. The seasons when everything felt quiet were never empty or wasted. Even when it looked like nothing was happening, deep transformation was taking place. Every pause, every delay, every challenge endured without recognition was shaping a stronger, wiser, and more grounded version of you. Silence was not neglect. It was preparation. Unseen work was being done, refining your character, sharpening your awareness, and aligning your inner world with what is now unfolding. Recognition was unnecessary because alignment mattered more. What you learned and built in private has prepared you for what will now unfold more openly. Your patience and endurance have given you clarity and authority. This is why the opening comes when it does. Not for those seeking approval, but for those ready to carry what has been stored. Before change shows up around you, it happens within you. Your sense of identity shifts first. Calm assurance replaces doubt. Decisions come from clarity rather than fear. Something within you has strengthened. This internal elevation makes everything else possible. You no longer react to circumstances. You respond from alignment. You no longer question your worth. You move with a quiet authority that is steady and unshaken by opinion or pressure. This inner shift ensures that when external blessings appear, you can handle them with wisdom and integrity. You have been raised internally so that your outer life can naturally reflect the new level of authority you now carry. Now you begin to see real, visible change. What once felt blocked starts to open with ease. Paths that were unavailable before begin to clear, and support finds you without effort. Recognition comes naturally, not because you chased it, but because your time to be seen has arrived. Attention gathers around you not through force, but through divine coordination that aligns with who you are becoming. Simply by showing up as yourself, you draw in the right opportunities, the right people, and the right resources. What once lingered in delay now arrives complete, and life subtly reorganizes itself to reflect the inner alignment you now carry. You are no longer waiting for approval or permission. You are stepping directly into what was always meant for you. What unfolds now is not random. It is a confirmation of the consistency, integrity, and endurance you maintained along the way. As these blessings begin to show up, understand that letting go becomes part of the process. Certain habits, relationships, and situations will naturally fall away, not as loss, but as growth. Lighter movement requires release, and space must be made for what is next. Anything that no longer supports your purpose will gently fade, creating room for expansion and deeper alignment. This release is intentional and necessary. Clearing the old allows the new to arrive fully. You may feel relief as the weight lifts and your path becomes clearer, making room for the fullness of what is coming. This separation is not an ending. It is preparation for elevation. What unfolds now comes not from control or pressure, but from surrender and readiness. Demanding cannot create what alignment allows. The opening did not respond to force, but to your preparedness. What arrives now is not the result of struggle or urgency. It is the natural outcome of moving in harmony with divine timing. Flow is the signal that you are aligned with purpose, and life responds when you operate from that place. This is why the opening comes when it does. It follows the rhythm of your inner world, not the pace of impatience. Alignment has brought you fully into the doorway of what was prepared. Understand this clearly. This moment is not the finish line. It is the beginning of a new way of living. Favor continues to build. Your capacity continues to grow. What once felt extraordinary will become familiar as blessings integrate naturally into your life. What you are receiving now is an opening. A foundation for ongoing expansion. It is not an endpoint, but a launch. The process of alignment and manifestation continues, and this is simply the first visible expression of what has been set in motion. A new rhythm now guides your life, and each step forward carries the momentum of what has already begun. Let this truth settle deeply within you. The opening is real. Momentum is active. What belongs to you is already moving in your direction. You are walking in a season where support surrounds you. Nothing can interfere with what has been set in motion for you. Every doubt, delay, obstacle, and season of waiting played a role in bringing you here. Feel the shift in your body, in your awareness, and in the direction of your life. You are aligned. You are supported. You are moving forward from a place where favor flows freely. Stand in that knowing. Receive it without hesitation. Move forward with confidence. What has opened will not close, and what is meant for you cannot be diverted. You have entered a season of sustained momentum, where each experience reflects the careful orchestration that has now become visible in your life. This is your confirmation, your authorization, and what was always meant to be yours. Move ahead knowing that you are guided, supported, and backed by something greater than yourself, carrying a fullness that cannot be taken away.